Hello music prep students, this is Dr. Mario Ajero from Stephen F. Austin State University. In this piano lesson video, I wanted to share with you how to play Tambourine Tune on page 44 from the Leonard Student Piano Library Piano Lessons. What I'm going to do first, students, is I'm going to play through the piece and with the repeat sign. And then if your parents would like to come back to this part of the video when you've practiced your piece and want to play along with me, then you're welcome to do so. So I hope you enjoyed that performance of the piece and motivates you to want to play along with me. If we take a look at the upper left-hand part of page 44 for the Tambourine Tune, you'll see the hand position that your hand needs to be in. Okay, this is what we call a middle C position. So both thumbs have to be on middle C here. First of all, you can put your right hand so that the right hand covers C, D, and E. Can you guys play and say those three notes with me? C, D, E. At the same time, your left hand thumb, can you hold up your left hand? And hold up your left hand and place your thumb also on middle C. But then the three notes that the left hand thumb is going to be playing is C, B, and A. Can you guys play those three notes going down? Ready, say it. C, B, A. And so then if we put our hand, if you look at my hand position, that's the way that your hand needs to be throughout this whole piece here. Now, remember the two magnifying glasses that tell us where our hands should be? If you take a look at the very first hand magnifying glass, it's over in the left hand. What is 3 playing on the very first note? If you said A, then you would be correct. So go ahead and take your pencils and write in an A into that magnifying glass so that you know to start with A. Okay? And then there's one more magnifying glass that we see on the page, and that's on the right hand in the treble clef. And do you remember the one that has the little line going through it? That's played with finger number 1 in this piece. If you said C, you would be correct. So that is C. So take your pencil and write in C into the magnifying glass in the right hand, and then now you know where you need to be here, okay? Now if we take a look at the very first measure, we're going to start with the left hand. The left hand, remember the first note is A, so play that A with your third finger. And then does the next note go up or does the next note go down? If you said up, then you would be correct. And is it going up by a skip or is it going up by a step? If you said step, then you would be correct. So a step up from A is B. So can you play those two notes like this? A, B. All right, and that's those two notes that you have to play in the left hand. In the right hand, we already said that we would play the first note with C and with our first finger like so. In fact, our left hand, if we scan through our whole left hand, there's only 2 notes that your left hand really does play, and it's the A and the B. Although I don't like to put my thumb all the way down here, I like to still have it hanging out over middle C so that it's always on the ready to play here, okay? But the right hand also plays middle C, and then it also goes stepwise up to D, and then it plays E, but it's a half note, so don't forget that a half note gets 2 counts. And then you play another E for 2 counts. So those first 2 measures should look and sound like this. A, B, C, D, E, hold, E, hold. Okay? You could either say hold or 2 to remind yourself that that gets 2 counts. You want to try playing those first 2 measures with me? 1, 2, say the letters. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2. How'd you do with that? If you did all right, then we're going to move on to the next part here. Let's take a look at measure 3 now. Measure 3 has D. Notice how it's a step down from the E. So it's down to the D with the second finger. And how many Ds do we play at that point here? Oh, I kind of gave it away here, didn't I? So you're going to be playing it 2 times. D, D, and then what's the next note that goes step down is C, and then back up to D, and then a step up to E. But do you remember how many counts the whole note gets here in measure 4? If you said 4, you'd be correct. All right. So measures 3 and 4, the ones that I've highlighted here, should sound like this. D, D, C, D, E, 2, 3, 4. Did you see how I played that? See if you can play that part along with me, okay? 1, 2, here we go. D, D, C, D, E, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If you think you've got that, then let's see if we can put it all together, okay? We'll do it slow first, and then we'll see if we can pick it up a little bit later, all right? So got your third finger on A, and then I got my thumb ready on C. Here we go. From the beginning, 1, 2, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, D, E, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Don't forget to keep your fingers nice and curved when you're playing it. Try not to have them flat or playing with these buckles in the knuckles, but try to keep it nice and curved so that you have nice control over that portion here, okay? All right. If you did that correctly, let's move on to the second line. Now, what do you guys notice about the second line in comparison to the first line here? Is it the same or is it different? A lot of it looks the same to me here, at least for the very first 2 measures. Do you notice here with the A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2? Do you notice that measures 5 and 6 are the same as 1 and 2? So if you did 1 and 2 correctly, then 5 and 6 should be no problem here. Where it changes is in the third and fourth measures of the second line, or measures 7 and 8 here. We still got the D's though. We got the 2 D's. Can you guys play the 2 D's? D, D, and we still have the middle C in the right hand. And make sure you're playing that with the right hand. But then instead of going back to the D like we did in measure 3, now we change to B in the left hand, and then it steps down to A, 2, 3, 4, because it's a whole note. So can you guys play the last 2 measures so it sounds like this? D, D, C, B, A, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's all stepwise motion except for the repeated D's there. You want to try playing that with me? 1, 2, ready, go. D, D, C, B, A, 2, 3, 4. So let's try both the first line and the second line here, okay? Try to keep your eyes on the music as much as possible. Try not to stare at your hands, otherwise you might get lost or confused with the first line and the second line here. But we're just going to do the second line 1 time here. 1, 2, and 1, 2, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, B, A, 2, 3, 4. Got that second line? If you got that second line, now we're going to try to put the whole thing together from the top, okay? And you notice that there's a repeat sign at the very end, so we're going to play it through 2 times first at a relatively slow tempo here, okay? If you need to go even slower than this, that's fine too, but I'll try going at a nice average tempo, okay? 1, 2, both lines. 1, 2, beginning, go. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, D, E, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, B, A, and repeat again. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, D, E, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D, E, 2, E, 2, D, D, C, B, A, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how'd it go that time there? I hope it went really well there. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to have your parents email me at ajeromp@sfasu.edu. Would love to see some video clips of you guys playing through this piece. Have a great day and keep on practicing.